Welcome back to the TotalGamePass channel. Today we'll be looking at 7 notable titles that will be leaving the PC Game Pass on March 15, 2025. We'll dive into each game, discuss their performance at 4K with the RTX 5090, check out their composite review scores, and help you decide which to prioritize before they're gone. So let's get started. Lies of P is an action RPG set in a dark, twisted version of the Pinocchio tale. Players navigate a city filled with grotesque enemies, engaging in challenging combat reminiscent of the Soul series. The game draws a lot of comparison with From Software, Bloodborne, and other Souls-like games. The game will take about 30 hours to complete the main story, a must-play for those who like Souls-like games. Next, we will look at how the RTX 5090 handles the Lies of P at 4K.
But the streets are It'll be helpful.
Destination Hotel Court. Recommend escaping from this location.
The 5090 will be easily able to push 240 FPS in this game at 4K. The overall composite score that I would give for this game would be 8.7 out of 10. However, if you find Souls-like games to be too stressful, you may want to consider the next game that I will be talking about, which is Evil West. Evil West is a third-person shooter set in a supernatural Wild West universe. The game is somewhat reminiscent of the God of War series. The game's main story only takes about 12 hours to complete, which makes it fairly manageable. This would be a good game to play after work to de-stress. Overall, the game runs pretty smooth, but you may experience some stuttering due to shader compilation. Let's see how the 5090 handles Evil West at 4K native.
On the money. That's mine. I'm gonna hang your head on a wall! Good. I was waiting for a challenge. You're in my car. This is slower than... You messed with the wrong game. Out of my way. Smells of ticks.
The 5090 is able to push 4K 240 FPS in this game at native resolution. The overall composite score I would give this game is about 7.8 out of 10. This is a solid shoot 'em up, beat 'em up type game. A solid choice if you don't have a lot of time to play games before it leaves Game Pass. The next game I will be talking about also has a short play time and is well regarded. From the creators of Hyper Light Drifter, SolarAsh is an action-adventure indie platformer. set in a surreal, colorful world where players traverse vast landscapes to save their planet. The main story takes about 6 hours to complete. Here's how it will run on a 5090 at 4K native Ultra.
Let's see if my boosters still work.
Signal initialized. Hello, user. We are sick.
There's no way I can activate the starseed without Sid. Better scan for these anomalies and hope there's a way to remove the interference. Oh, my head. My shields are full. For now. Oh, my head.
The 5090 is able to push this game around 240 FPS at 4K Ultra. The game has overall very positive reviews, and I would give it a composite score of about 8 out of 10. This is a solid game if you enjoyed this type of indie game with a unique art style. Of all the 7 games that are leaving Game Pass this March, this has the shortest game time of 6 hours. In No More Heroes 3, players step into the shoes of Travis Touchdown in this hack and slash action game battling alien invaders in over-the-top fashion. The main story only takes about 12 hours to complete, and the game should be able to run on most computers. But we will take a look at some gameplay on the 5090 and how it performs in this game at 4K Ultra.
Let's go! Strawberry! Right on! Sweet! Raspberry! Double kill! Blueberry! Triple kill! Screw Crusher Death Kick! Get some! Strawberry! Right on! Raspberry! Double kill! Sorry! Blueberry! Triple kill! Transform! Bear!
As you can see, the 5090 is able to push 4K Ultra over 600 FPS in this game. The game is fairly polarizing, and the average composite score would be around 6.8 out of 10 for me. If you happen to have an older graphics card and can't really run the newest games, this might be a good option. Being about 12 hours long, it should be doable to complete this game before it leaves Game Pass. The next game is for those who love SpongeBob. This is a faithful remaster of the classic platformer. Players control SpongeBob and friends to save Bikini Bottom from Plankton's evil plans. The game takes about 10 hours to complete the main story. Great for younger ones or those who love SpongeBob. The game does not have much of a graphics setting option.
I love opening presents.
Did you find my love?
Not yet,
Oh.
SpongeBob, This flapping robot crisis is making the Krusty Krab lose money like a sinking ship. But because you're gullible,
The rolling green hills of Jellyfish Fields, a place to experience nature at its most raw, and sometimes a bit tender from the stings.
As you can see, the game is capped at 120 FPS. The overall composite score I would give is around 7.3 out of 10. This is a game that you would consider if you are a fan of SpongeBob. Being only about 10 hours long, it should be fairly doable to complete before it leaves Game Pass. The next game is part of the Yakuza series. Yakuza 5 Remastered continues the story of Kiryu. Unless you have already completed Yakuza 4, I would not recommend starting with this game. I would start with Yakuza 0. The main story takes about 36 hours to complete, and to complete all the side missions would take 155 hours, way too long to complete before it leaves Game Pass. However, we will still take a look at some gameplay of the beginning of Yakuza 5 on the 5090 at 4K. This game is also capped like SpongeBob, but this time only 60 FPS. The whole Yakuza series is beloved. The composite score I would give this game is 8.2 out of 10. However, I'll only start this game if you have already completed Yakuza 4. It is also possible that the game will return to Game Pass in the future, just as it done in the past. Just as with Yakuza 5, Yakuza 6 is also a game I would not consider playing until you completed Yakuza 5. This game is a bit shorter at around 20 to 25 hours for the main story to be completed. Fortunately, this game does not have a FPS cap like it does with Yakuza 5, and we'll take a look at how it performs on the 5090. You will get around 240 FPS in this game at 4K on a 5090. I would give this a composite score of 8.3 out of 10, similar to the Yakuza 5. However, as I stated before, I would just start chronologically and start with Yakuza 0 if you have never played the Yakuza series. So my number one recommendation to complete is Lies of P, followed by Evil West. And if you have a little bit of time left over, finish SolarAsh. If you enjoy contents like this, please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.